really happy to have you here to the Palliative Care Comfort Through Connection webinar that we have starting shortly today. If you're having any technical difficulties, please let us know through the chat box. We do ask that you just remain muted through the presentation, not to cause any unnecessary distractions, but we would love to hear from you. At the end of the presentation, Jody will have a time for questions and comments, or you can place your questions and comments into the chat. I see many more people joining, so I would like to give it to maybe 5 after. So we will just pause for a moment and we'll just wait. So those who are rushing to their desk after they finish their lunch or a meeting can just take some time to hop on as well. Many more coming in. I just want to, for those who are just joining us, we are going to start in about a minute. So just reminding all of our participants today, just to keep your lines muted until the very end. We are going to have the opportunity for questions and comments at the end, or you can type them into the chat during the presentation. And we're really happy that you're all here today. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Wonderful. This is wonderful. For those who just joined us, we are going to get started now. Just a reminder to keep your lines muted, and at the end, we're going to have a chance with Jody for questions and comments. And again, thank you for joining us today. It's great to have you here. Um, and I'd like to introduce myself. I am Julianne Judge, one of the implementation science managers here at RNAO. I would also like to introduce to you Verity Scott, who's project coordinator, guideline development, international affairs, and best practice guideline center here at RNAO. Thank you, Verity, for being behind the scenes to help us with any technical difficulties. We really appreciate your help with that. For everyone's information, our monthly information sharing webinars are a means of supporting RNAO's best practice champions and their work in guideline implementation. Our speakers are very much actively involved in BPG implementation. For those of you who are joined us and are not familiar with BPSO, it stands for Best Practice Spotlight Organization. BPSOs are healthcare and academic organizations selected by RNAO through a request for proposal purpose process to implement and evaluate RNAO's best practice guidelines. It is a dynamic partnership that focuses on making a positive impact on patient care through evidence-based practice. RNAO provides support to organizations that have formally agreed to implement and evaluate multiple RNAO's best practice guidelines over a 3-year period. Okay. And just before we begin and before I hand this over to Jody, I would like to go over some quick housekeeping items for you to keep in mind. We do want today's webinar to be very interactive and engaging for all. We encourage you to type your questions or comments into the chat during the presentation, or feel free to unmute at the very end of the presentation during Jody's question and comment section. We will be monitoring the chat to ensure that we do see your questions and comments. So please do so if you would like. I would like now to move to a land acknowledgement. RNAO's work and the work of our members takes place on traditional Indigenous territories across Ontario. RNAO's home office is located on the traditional and unceded territory of the Huron-Wendat, Haudenosaunee, and the territory of the Mississauga of Credit. This territory was the subject of the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Belt Covenant, which is an agreement between the Iroquois Confederacy and the Ojibwe and allied nations to share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. We also acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13 under the Toronto Purchase Agreement with the Mississauga of Credit. Today, this land is still the home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples from across Turtle Island, and we are grateful to have the opportunity to work on this territory. By personally making a land acknowledgement, you are taking part in an act of reconciliation, honoring the land and Indigenous heritage which dates back to over 10,000 years. We encourage you to learn about the land you reside on and the treaties that are attached to it. Land acknowledgements are an act of reconciliation, and we must all do our part. Thank you. I'd like you to be aware that this webinar is being recorded. It gives us an opportunity to place this into our archives on the RNAO website for those who were unable to attend live today. We want to give the opportunity for them to view the recording on their own time. Please note that if you participate in the chat box or on mute and take part in the comments and questions, that is your participation is implied in consent regarding this being recorded for the RNAO website. I would like to I take the opportunity to introduce Jody Iglesias, Assistant Director in Care of the Mayan Health Center. In Jody's previous roles, she has extensive experience in long-term care, quality improvement, restorative care, as well as lead for the BPSO and NQuire for the clinical pathways here at RNAO. Very excited to have Jody with us. I love the fact that she provided a quote that says that she likes to help residents find comfort, and she also goes to the gym to lift weights, spirits, and hearts too. Strong arms make for strong hugs. What a great quote from Jody, and meeting with her over this last month to prepare for this webinar. It's just been evident her empathy and her care for what she does is just so encouraging. And so Jody, I'd like to hand it over to you now. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Julian, for that wonderful introduction. Again, my name is Jody Iglesias, and I'm from the Mayan Health Center. I'm the Assistant Director of Care in the evening. So before we begin, I have a couple of questions to everyone, and I want to hear your thoughts. You can share your thoughts in the chat, and we will read through them after the webinar. Okay? So the first thing is, this morning, I wanted to ask every one of you, what helps you feel connected to others in your own life? Just think it through. Please share your thoughts in the chat. So what helps you feel connected to others in your own life? Okay. Awesome. Those are great. All right. Next question. Now, I want you to think of a time when someone's presence made a difference for you. What did they do? Okay. Our chat room is very busy, Julian. All right, so we'll read through the rest of your thoughts at the end of the webinar. And now we'll start with the presentation. Okay, who is receiving palliative care? In palliative care, we do many important clinical interventions. We manage pain, we monitor symptoms, and provide skilled nursing care. But when our residents talk about what truly brought them comfort, more often than not, they're talking about being listened to, feeling understood, being treated like a person, human. Now, this webinar is about how connection through communication, trust, and shared understanding becomes some of the most powerful forms of comfort we can offer. And good news, it's free. Anyone can offer this. In the last years and months of life, the complexity of health concerns increases, and many Canadians will receive care from different providers and in different healthcare settings. This report right here in this diagram is a broad range of care settings, such as hospitals and publicly provided home care and long-term care. As you can see in this graph, we are a long-term care home, and about 2% are receiving palliative care. And this information actually you can access through the CIHI, which is the Canadian Health Institute of Information of Canada. So I'll share those slides after this webinar, and you can access this, okay? Now, why are we here? Why are you joining? Why are you participating in this webinar? You want to make an impact as champions, correct? And there are 4 things I would like to share with you. 1, facilitated communication. 2nd, enrich residents' life every single day. Remember, in long-term care home, we are basically the last home in which they're going to be spending the rest of their lives. So we want to make every single day count. Number 3, shared decision making. Again, they're still part of the team too. Without them, then how are we going to be able to function as a team, correct? We need to make sure that they are part of shared decision making. Number 4, exploring residents' values and beliefs. So we will tackle each one of these things together, okay? Number 1, facilitated communication in action. Facilitated communication how? Your presence, your patience, responsiveness, even minimal gestures, nods, or eye contact. Remember, your goal is to provide comfort, not just exchanging information. Active listening. Do you pause and reflect before you speak? Do you acknowledge their emotions? Do you give your full attention when they're speaking to you? Do you use verbal encouragement? Open-ended questions and validations of their feelings? Do you support emotional and cultural cognitive needs of your residents? These things are helpful to facilitate communication and action with the residents you're providing care for. Next one. Enriching life every day. You have to remember you need to focus on the experiences that matter most to the residents, okay? Small gestures like conversation, music, or a favorite activity to build comfort. Observe and honor their routines, their values and relationships. Ask and involve families in what brings meaning to the daily life of the residents. Provide care that supports living to fully enhance their well-being in all stages of their life. Identifying what matters most, such as comfort, dignity, routine, and making sure we translate their values in practical care decisions. Shared decision making. Now, I know everyone feels that whenever there is a meeting, they have to be the one to share what should be done first. No, it's gotta be the resident first. You have to listen to them, guide them in making those informed decisions, honoring the residents, the family's voices, discussing their goals and wishes early and revisit as their conditions change. Make sure you clarify their wishes for pain, symptom management, and advanced care planning. These are the things you have to take into consideration to make a smoother palliative care. Okay? Next, exploring values and beliefs. I would like to share to you a skit that we completed here at Mayan Manor. And it basically capture the whole BPG that we're implementing in the home, which starts from transitions in care and services to providing palliative care and to end of life. Now, remember, trust begins when values and beliefs are respected. Julian? Lovely. Very nice.
That's over by the window. Welcome to me and Maynard, Eleanor. This is your new room. We hope you'll feel right at home.
Nice to meet you, Kim. It looks different.
Mom, it's going to be okay. They'll take care of you here.
I know, dear. It's just so hard to leave the house.
Transitions like this are always hard, but you know, we've got a team of folk here that are going to support you and care for you. You'll be very comfortable. You've got a beautiful room, a garden, and activities to be involved with. I think you'll be okay.
Mom has been having a hard time breathing lately. The doctor said that her heart is failing.
We'll be sure to monitor Eleanor very closely. And Eleanor, I also have our PSW, Jackie, here. I would like you to meet her. She's here to help you with any activities you have day to day and anything else you may need.
I am Jackie. I am very pleased to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Jackie. Oh, before I forgot, I like to get up at 9 a.m. and I want my coffee block with no sugar, please.
Of course, Eleanor, and I will make sure that all in your care plan. Right, Kim?
Of course, we will do that. I just want you to be comfortable.
Eleanor, Carol, it's good to see you both. My name is Faith. I'm part of the palliative care team, and we're here to discuss your wishes and your goals of care.
I've been feeling so tired lately.
Eleanor, we can help with that. We can adjust your medications to manage your pain and fatigue, and we can also help you with any other symptoms you may be experiencing, like shortness of breath.
What does palliative care involve?
Carol, it's providing support. We focus on the person as a whole, physical, emotional, and spiritually. We work with the palliative care team to ensure that Eleanor is as comfortable as possible. We also can help with any advanced care planning, and we can discuss it later if you'd like.
I just want to be able to breathe easier and not in pain.
We'll work on that. We'll also talk about what your goals and preferences are for care. What's important to you, Eleanor?
Spending time with my family is most important to me, and the sound of classical music helps me.
We can definitely have a classic music play, and if that help you, we also have to support you, Carol.
Mom, I'm here.
Carol.
I'm here, Mom.
Eleanor is comfortable. Her breathing is a bit shallow, but she's not in any pain.
I'm so glad you're here, Kim.
We're here for both of you. We'll make sure that Eleanor is as comfortable as possible, and we also have the chaplain here to discuss any spiritual needs you may have.
I love you, Mom.
I love you, dear.
Eleanor is passing peacefully. She's not suffering. Bless you both. You need a hug. We are here to support you through this. We'll take care of everything.
All right. I hope you enjoyed that mini skit that we have completed here in our home. Are there any questions or comments? But before that, let's share the thoughts that was regarding the questions earlier on from the chat, Julian.
Yes, for sure. So many great answers. I might just, if you don't mind, I'm going to funnel through on these slides and come to the questions again. I apologize for the motion here. So your first question there, Jody. Let's see what some of the answers were. Lots of answers here. Quality time together, communication, shared values, sharing stories, listening, finding the things that you have in common with others, face-to-face contact. So a lot, Jody, from what you mentioned about communication and how important communication is. It seemed that many of the participants at the beginning of your presentation were really valuing that as well. And for your second question.
Yes, think of a time someone's presence made a difference for you. What did they do?
laughing, expressing feelings, just taking the time to learn about others, to listen to others, spending time with others and new relationships, conversations sometimes over the phone, sharing advice.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for sharing your thoughts. I appreciate it.